What we want to start doing is chunking down our calendar. Almost said chinking, chunking down the calendar. And so what I mean by that is we want to start with the most important things, right? So if our business, and let's start with the most important things, right? So get inside of here every family commitment, right? That you have to make, right? Every one of the biggest commitments that you have, put in here, right? If it's your cousin's birthday and you know that you got to go to your cousin's birthday, right? Put it in here, right? If it's your kid's birthday, you're not going to be working, like put your kid's birthday in here, right? If it's your friend's birthday and you got to go, put it in. Like put in every commitment that you have, right? So put in every commitment you have, right? Then we want to start taking all of the chunking that we did before, and we want to start building our calendar and building our life around what matters most. Okay, so if you've been feeling guilty that you're not growing your agency, I want to ask you a question. Have you been prospecting and have you been doing demos or consults or strategy sessions, whatever your name is for it, right? Have you been doing that every day, Monday through Friday? Because if you have, I almost guarantee, actually, I do guarantee that you've grown your agency, right? Even if you're not the best salesperson, even if you move from product to product to product, as long as you're meeting with prospects, right? And you're generating consults, right? You're generating those strategy sessions and you're pitching something in those, you're growing your agency. How many of you guys would admit, right? And again, folks, this is simple, but we all overlook this, and I'm guilty of this as well, right? How many of you guys would admit in the last month, in the last 30 days, in the last 60 days, right, that you haven't been controlling your calendar, right? You haven't been owning your calendar. And because of that, that is exactly why things have been slipping, right? At the end of the day, folks, there is only so much time in the day. And what you guys focus on and what you guys pay attention to is what's going to grow, right? If we take the time and we pay attention to our family and our relationships, those are going to grow, right? We take the time and we pay attention to prospecting, right? And having consults or demos or strategy sessions, right? We're obviously going to get customers. But at the end of the day, so many of us end up just like being reactive, right? And building our calendar based upon what's happening like with outside factors, right? We end up being reactive instead of proactive, right? We just like get up and we're like, we just let life hit us in the face, right? All day, every day, and we let life tell us where we're going. Guys, we can't do this, right? So I can tell you guys for the last for like a good, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks probably. I had hurt like my glutes. Like my glutes were really bothering. My hamstrings were like really tight. And I didn't have like an injury or anything. It was just really sore, right? So guys, I felt I fed myself a line of bullshit, right? And I wasn't in the gym for a week and a half or 2 weeks, right? Or I'd go every couple of days, but I was, quote unquote, trying to be easy and recover, right? But guys, that was my way out, right? That was me feeding myself a line of bullshit and not getting it done. Give me a one if this is good, right? And you guys can take this, you guys can run with it, and this is something that you guys can do today, right? All right, so I want to give you guys some more. I want to give you guys some more context, right? I want to add some more to this. Um, so at the end of the day, when it comes to building the business, right? You should be thinking backwards, right, to your goal, right? So if you're trying to get to 10K a month, or let's say you're trying to add 10K a month, right, in the next 30 days, then we need to think about how many customers that's going to be. Okay, if you're selling a $2,000 a month core offer, which you guys should all be selling a core offer of $2,000 a month or more, right? You just need to really look at your business and refocus and re-strategize, right? So if you're looking at that, right? So you need 5 new customers a month, right? Or you need 5 new customers to add an additional $10,000 a month in revenue, okay? Okay, then we simply just got to work it backwards, right? So on your consults, on your demos, on your strategy sessions, whatever it is that you call them, right? What's your closing rate? Okay, so an example closing rate, for example, in my last agency, we were good at this. We were at 1 in 3, 1 in 4, 1 in 5, depending on the sales rep. Okay, but let's just let's be safe with our estimates. Let's be safe with our bets. Let's say that you close 1 in 10, right? Like everybody on this call should be closing 1 in 10, no exceptions, right? Like just by following the processes that I shared with you guys in terms of building out sales process and consults and demos. And if you haven't seen that, go watch it all on the YouTube channel, right? And there's lots of training on the blog. Just pick one, run with it. You guys can do a closing rate of 1 in 10, no problem, right? So that means, right, that we need 50. I'll make this a little smaller. This size like 16. That means that we need 50 booked appointments. Okay, so now we got to figure out how we're going to get those 50 booked appointments. And guys, this should be obvious, but most of you guys, right, you think that this is obvious, but you're not putting even this much time into strategizing and building a plan to execute on a monthly basis. And then you guys are looking up 30 days in, 2 weeks in, a week in to the month, and you're like, dude, like, what the heck? Like, where's the last week went, right? And why is my business not growing? This is why, right? Like, it is that simple. So then how are we going to get these 50 book consults? All right, so if you're doing manual outreach even, right, no problem. Okay, so let's just say that you're reaching out on LinkedIn. Let's say that you're reaching out as well on Facebook, and let's say you're connecting with people, right, that are your prospects. They're in the niche that you're going after. They kind of hit your target demographic, so you're connecting with them, and when they accept, then let's say that you're sending them a message like, thanks for connecting, but you're not being a douchebag and you're not pitching them all immediately, right? You're like, you're connecting with them and not pissing them off, right? I don't know about you guys, but I get 10, 15, 20 sales messages a day from LinkedIn from brand new people that just connected with me that same very day. It doesn't look very good. I don't recommend you guys do that. Okay, but let's say that you add 50 friends per day on LinkedIn. Okay, just being conservative, right? You should be able to get 1 booked consult per day. Okay, and then let's say that you guys do the same on Facebook. Okay, I'll talk to you guys about how I recommend prospecting past this, right? But let's not do that quite yet. So I hate Google Slides. Let's make this bigger. All right, so this gets us 2 booked consults per day, right? So if we work 5 days a week, we're at roughly 40 appointments, okay? If we work, this system, this prospecting system right here, 6 days a week, right? We got to be at our goal, right? 24 days a month, let's say on average, 2 a day, like we're almost there. Okay, if you did this 7 days a week, you'd get to this goal, folks, of an additional $10,000 a month in 30 days, in the next month. How many of you guys could admit that it took you a whole lot longer than a month to build a $100,000 a month take-home net business? Hell yeah, it did. Why? Because you didn't have this level of concentration. I know it's elementary, I know it's basic, but nobody's doing this shit. Like, this is all that it really takes. It's just your mind getting right and you focusing at the end of the day on the shit that matters and tuning out everything else that doesn't. Okay, so the way, for those of you guys that are wondering, how do I get these consults, right, with these 50 people, right? How do I get these if I'm not pitching them directly in the message? So I would do 1 time per day, right? And we're on LinkedIn and on Facebook here. I would do a a value post on each platform. Okay, and it could be the same post, right? It doesn't have to be a different post. And this could be video, this could be audio. So this could be video or audio, and just add some value to your prospects, right? Excuse me. So share a case study. Okay, share and these are just options, right? And I'll just rattle off some, right? Share a testimonial. Okay. Do a training on something that matters to your prospect, right? Take one of my videos that I've done for you guys that could apply to your prospect, right? Listen to the video and then go remake it. Maybe not drop all the F-bombs that I do in my videos, right? But just go remake that piece of content. Guys, rip me off. Go run with it. Go for it. I won't take offense. So drop content 1 time per day. And folks, if you really sat down and you brainstorm through this, you guys have a ton of content that you guys could drop really easily. That would take you less than 15 minutes per day. Right. So you want to add 10K a month, right, to your agency business in the next 30 days? I've given you guys the exact recipe to do it. Right now, around that, inside of your calendar, I want you guys again to make sure that you include your constraints. Right? If you don't want to work 7 days a week, that's fine, but then readjust your plan. Instead of 50 friends a day on each platform you're adding, maybe it needs to be 75. Right? Maybe instead of, you know, only doing 4 or 5 demos a day, maybe you got to do 7, right, in one day, right, to maximize your schedule, to make sure that you can get in everything else that you want to get in your life, right? So for me, I got to get in a workout every day, right? Monday through Friday, every single day without exception. Or you guys can ask Usman here in the chat. I am a grumpy ass old man, right? Like that is just going to happen. And my well-being and my mental fortitude and my mental toughness is gone, right? It is uber important for my health and my wellness and my mental wellness for me to work out every single day. Folks, guess what's at the very top? Guess what's at the very top of my calendar every single day? Unless it's like today and you had to do an interview at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? Every single day, right? It's me at the gym, right? Because that's the most important thing. Because that for me fuels everything else in my life and in my business. It makes me a better husband. It makes me a better parent. It makes me a better father. It makes me a better business owner. It makes me a better coach for you guys. I got to take care of myself first. Good stuff. Thoughts in the questions box, everybody. And I'll give you guys some more kind of takeaways and some feedback. Cool. So when you do these videos, what's going to happen is you guys are going to start to stick out in your market, right? Because you're connecting with these people, right? You're connecting with 100 people a day across both platforms in this example, and you're posting these value videos, and you didn't just automatically spam them, right? You guys are going to stick out from everybody else in the industry because everybody is just, hey, I got a connection. It's immediately, hey, I do web development. It's outsourced rates. It starts at $20 an hour. Here's my portfolio. If I can help you, please let me know. Will you jump on a call with me? Right? Like that is everybody's pitch, right? So when everybody zigs, we got to zag. Okay. So Frankie says, are these random people that we friend each day? These are people that are your prospects, man. These are people that you should be prospecting to. This is the niche that you've went after, right? That meets the right criteria. If you know that you're pitching the business owner, it should be business owner, right? If you're right in more of a blue collar type of niche, working with businesses doing more in terms of revenue, then you know that you probably are going to be talking to like a CMO, right? A chief marketing officer or a VP of marketing, right? But with all these tools, right, we can get really, really granular on who it is that we're targeting. Okay, we can find groups of these people, join the groups, right? And then we can start literally dumpster diving for these contacts, right? So we add them. When we connect, we say it's great to meet them, right? You wish them a great day, whatever, but you don't pitch them. You touch base with them, but you don't pitch them. You don't ask for anything. You don't ask for a phone call. then this is what does the selling right here. Your 1 times per day value post on each platform, right? You adding video or audio, case studies, testimonials, or training, right? That is relevant to them, right? That's adding value in their life. You're going to end up getting comments. You're going to end up getting likes. You're going to end up with people reaching out to you. And for everybody that leaves you a like, everybody that leaves you a comment, everybody that direct messages you or private messages you, right? You're going to offer to get on that 30-minute strategy session. You're going to offer to get on that 30-minute consult, which is your opportunity to talk to them about their business and see if there's an opportunity for you guys to work together. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand how you're going to get the consults or demos or strategy sessions, right? Do you understand how those transpire, even though we're not directly immediately pitching the person? Yes? All right, cool. So the cool thing about this is guys, when you start up, right, it's like pushing a snowball down a hill, right? Like you're going to start to build momentum. Okay, so when this starts working for you, watch out, because it's just going to keep building as long as you guys keep doing the activity, right? Because what's going to happen is you're going to have all these prospects that are piling up that never liked your post, right? That you never messaged for a strategy session. And as you every single day are relentless like with this, and you're adding value, folks, there's no way that they're not going to start interacting with you guys. So this thing's going to build up like a snowball rolling downhill, right, at 60 miles an hour. Okay. So this will build you some serious momentum.